say, man, I don't know her. She's too quiet.
What up, though? It's your girl, She's Too Quiet, and welcome back to the She's Too Quiet podcast. This podcast is for the ones who've been overlooked, underestimated, or simply too quiet for the noise of this world. I'm Tania, a fellow introvert and woman of faith, inviting you to find strength in stillness, clarity in solitude, and purpose in your quiet voice. Every episode, you'll hear reflections, devotions, and quiet confessions that remind you don't have to be loud to be powerful. And if you're listening, you're already a part of the Quiet Power Club, a space where we celebrate gentle strength and the God who meets us in the silence. Let's get into it. What up, though? Happy Friday. It is officially the weekend. I hope your week went well. Thank you for joining me again on the She's Too Quiet podcast. I'm excited to announce I have a special guest in the building. I'm going to introduce her, and y'all make her feel welcome, okay? So I have Miss
Shanette Brown.
All right. Hello, Shanette.
Hello everyone.
Welcome to the She's Too Quiet podcast. We actually met at church.
We did.
We are both introverts.
We are.
And would you consider yourself a quiet girl?
I can be until I warm up around people and really get to know them. Then I'll cut up. But yes, I can be pretty quiet.
So two quiet girls have come together. And we have a hot topic for you today. Mm-hmm. So today's episode is called Singles Ministry. Who is it really for?
It's an awesome topic. It's fantastic.
You know. So as I've gotten older, I have realized that the singles ministry gives me a little cringe. It's like I want to be a part, but I'm not sure.
Right. That's fair.
We attended a singles weekend at our church. It went very well. It just left me with more questions than answers. I guess I want to know with you, how has your single experience been?
Very single. It has its ups and downs. So I think for me, as I've gotten older, I've had to learn what makes me happy so that I can still fill my time of not being in a relationship with the things that I enjoy doing and not feel like I'm putting pressure on myself to do something because I am single,
right.
If that makes sense. But, I have my days where I want to be in a relationship. Then I have my days where I'm like, I'm kind of good being single.
You're right.
But at the end of the day, I want to be married. So you let me know how that works. So, yeah.
It's been a tough terrain for me to kind of walk. I thought I would have a clearer view joining a singles ministry, but I am more confused than ever.
I would agree.
And I feel like it's just like the purpose of the ministry is a little, I don't know, like what is this for?
Yes. I almost feel like singles ministry is a blanketed title, but there should be, I think, as I navigate through singles ministry in church, there should be different compartments under that one umbrella.
Yes. I agree. There was this activity that we did, and it was like a dance battle.
Awkward.
Yeah, very awkward. And this is your first time meeting people.
Yeah.
And we have to dance.
Yeah.
And so, I think I did the Cabbage Patch or something really simple. And then if you got the steps wrong, you had to kind of introduce if you were looking, if you were content with being single. And majority of the people seemed like they were content with being single.
Right.
And I was like, okay, then why are we here? So, opening question that I have.
Okay.
So, has the singles ministry quietly shifted from preparing people for marriage to helping people cope with staying single?
I would say it's definitely shifted. That could be for a couple of reasons. I think just because I know God will give us the desires of our heart. But this is just me speaking. I also look at the fact that it also may not be God's will for certain people to be married, even though that might be their desire. So I think that maybe singles ministry has catered more to people that, okay, well, you're single right now, so you need to kind of figure out how to navigate that since you're not dating or married.
Right.
So it does seem like it has kind of shifted to that.
Yes. I honestly get the sense that I don't want to say, I always say this in other episodes, that I don't want to sound hopeless, but at the same time, it was giving, or a lot of these single activities give, like, I don't know when they're coming.
Right.
Like, I'm not even going to hold y'all. You may be waiting forever. But you can't die here. You can't stay here.
Right.
And you have to learn how to continue living life as if, whether they come or not, you know, you'll be okay, which is true. But at the same time, I don't want to get into a situation and then I've been in the singles ministry and now I have no tools.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't know what you expect me to do now,
Yes.
you know, without being taught the proper things to do and not to do, especially when you got the world, you know, feeding you what you should do. And then your singles ministry is telling you, focus on yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I did that. And me doing that, I got somebody now, but what am I supposed to do?
And I totally get focus on yourself, right? But that doesn't mean that there still isn't a particular void in people who want to be married or want to be in a relationship. And that part can't be filled until it's filled. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I totally get what you're saying. They say work on yourself, live your life. I get that. But the mental part of it is a whole different subject. So, yeah.
And then another thing, too, not just single ministries, okay? Single spaces, right? The ratio.
Girl.
The ratio is crazy.
Let's talk about it. Yes.
They are oftentimes called singles events for, you know, everyone, but there's mostly women.
Very true.
And the guys aren't there. And I would love to know that before I get ready to go. I don't know how they could tell me, but let me know.
Who registered? Who registered?
Exactly.
I need the list.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, and pictures, please.
Not pictures. But you know what? In a little profile on the side, if need be.
Please.
So it's interesting. Last year, I went to a conference at a church here in the area, and I was amazed at the ratio of men and women. It was like equal.
What?
We're going to go next year. Because I heard they already did it this year. I missed it. I don't know how. We're going to go
really?
next year.
Okay.
So I was like thinking, it's possible. I just don't know how they did it, but it's possible. But you're right. Any other area or space that I've been in a singles ministry, it's far more women than men, and that's just the state of the church. In a lot of ways too. You're going to have more women than men, and then the men that come, you know, there might be questions or concerns. So it's a very interesting group of people that show up.
So what do you think made that particular event attractive, do you think, to bring out the kind of equal men and women?
And that's a good question. I could not tell you. I don't know if it's the ministry, because it's a large ministry and they have multiple campuses. So now that I think about it, that could be a part of it.
Okay.
Everyone coming together. I know that there were a lot of people that probably weren't a part of that ministry too. That's a very good question, because whatever they did, it absolutely worked.
So I really want us to research what works and what doesn't work. And then I also want us to try to make these gatherings a little bit more meaningful.
Yes.
And so I'm not sure what that conference had, but was there any meaningful activities? Did you make a connection with someone, or?
So I would say the meaningful part of it was they broke off into groups. Like, they had larger sessions, but then you got to choose what small sessions and groups you wanted to be in.
Okay.
So for me, I enjoyed that because it catered to the particular topic that I chose to be in that room. And I think one of them was, you know, single and waiting and what that looks like in the wait. So there were different, you know, so I think that's a big thing. So that way you don't feel like you're maybe sitting in a room where they're discussing something that doesn't maybe really apply to you. Yeah. So I think that made a big difference. again, being an introvert, I can't say I made any connections. But then too, and I hate to veer off on your question, but I think it lines up with what you're saying, and I'm sure we'll touch on it again. How do you even make a connection in a church atmosphere?
Right.
So there's that.
And then too, it's like, I don't know if this is the right place.
Right.
And you want it to be the right place, but living it out, like, what does that look like to meet someone in church?
Right.
There was another activity that I did. It was cool. We went to like this rock climbing place.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And it was fun. You got a chance to mingle with different people, but again, it's that kind of, how do you meet someone in such a large group of people? And then especially being new and introverted, coming into that environment, I'm still like in the corner.
Yes, in your little, yes,
you know,
absolutely.
And it's like, I'm not trying to say don't come talk to me,
right?
know? But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if how is this gonna work?
Yeah, I feel like being an introvert, and this may be like this for everyone, but speaking from an introvert's point of view, it's not in my nature to be outgoing in that way anyway.
Right.
So trying to find that balance of not like coming off too corny or desperate, but then not staying so to myself, it's tricky for me.
Yes.
And so I've always been that person, like, if you want to come talk to me, please come up to me and talk to me, because I'm not going to come up to you and talk to you.
Exactly. I'm the same way. Like, never will I. I'm sorry, I just can't. And so
I'm scared. But I've heard men are scared too, just as scared.
Yeah,
you know,
I heard that too.
So we're just both gonna be scared, not talk to each other.
Right. And then it's like, I do want a leader. So if you can't,
right, come talk to me.
Right.
Right.
So, yes, definitely interesting. Barriers. I think one of the things that I would say seems to be a fear of the singles ministry is if two people connect and it goes wrong. And I'm not sure if they want to be liable for whatever comes with that. And that could be a reason why some of the activities, some of the shaping of these events may not be as deep as I would hope.
That's good. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
That's good. I never thought about that. Because I feel like you don't, and excuse my terminology, you don't know someone's crazy until you know they're crazy, right? So you would like to think that if something doesn't go well and you attend the same church, that person wouldn't, badmouth you to other people or say certain things or lie on you. But you don't know until you know. So yeah, that's something I never thought about. That's a very good point of view. But it's like, God, I'd hate to think as, saved individuals that we would carry that rotten fruit, in order to do that. Like, if that's the case, how about we just keep our distance with each other? So yeah, I never thought about that. That's valid.
Yeah. And I feel like nowadays there's so much sensitivity in everything. And I feel like that may be one of the reasons why we can't get so past the surface when we are at these meetings.
Yes.
And then, I mean, if I was a part of a singles ministry, I would love to say these two people connected.
Right.
And I'm like, are y'all doing the data analysis on the success of
these people meeting?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what's the goal here?
Right. That's okay. You hit the nail on the head. What's the goal?
Right.
And I'm wondering, I'm not saying churches aren't doing it, but what is the end goal of these singles weekends or gatherings?
Right.
I think if they honed in on a really specific goal, these gatherings might look a little different. Because I dare to think that there have been people at church that have come together, and married, have children, you know what I mean? So I know it happens. I mean, my parents met in church, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, their friends met in church. So it's out there, and maybe that's the old school expectation of me, which is a whole nother subject. But yeah, there's got to be, to your point, some data being done. I need to crunch some numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what are we doing? We're wasting time.
And gas.
Heavy on the gas. Have you seen these prices?
It's like minimum wage. It's, what are we doing?
Right. I just have a lot of suggestions. And I'm not saying I don't want to lead it.
You're going to be on the committee.
That'd be my problem. I be having so much to say, but when it's like, who gonna do it?
Not
I turn around.
I'm gonna slip you this notebook with my suggestions. But you know what? Maybe it takes more singles who are seeing it from a different lens to help plan these functions.
Right.
Like I said, maybe we need to have a singles weekend where it's people who are single and they're okay with being single and don't want to be married again. Because do you remember there were a couple of people at the Saturday session that were like, I'm single and I'm good with being single.
Yeah.
And some people were like, why are you here? But then it's like, but they're single. So maybe they need to have a session just for them.
Yeah.
Then they need to have a session for those of us who, let me stop crying myself to sleep at night,
Right.
every now and then.
Yeah.
So maybe it does need to be broken up. It's going to be a real small session, but maybe it needs to be broken up.
Yeah. I'm trying to get somebody to carry this water up the
What are you
steps.
telling?
Because
I had to have it
24
delivered
pack.
last time, and that's crazy.
That's what I told my parents. I need somebody to come bring
Yes.
this water up
It's
these
just
three.
the water.
Just the water.
I don't care about the bags. I got the bags.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Lord, help.
Water's heavy.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about the idea of speed dating. Now, should this happen inside the church or outside of the church? How would this look? Let's just say we are on the singles committee and we come up with this idea to do speed dating. Is it best to have it on site? Should we go to another venue? What are some of the restrictions? How should we?
So let me clear this up.
Okay.
I didn't say us, and I get where you're going. I just want to make sure people are clear. I didn't say us participate in the speed dating. I said we should plan one.
Oh, okay.
But I almost think it should be outside of the church, but for people of the faith,
Okay.
people who are in church. But let's, make it jazzy outside of the church, maybe like at a restaurant, like in a smaller room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But honey, the background checks I would be trying to do, like, what church do you go to? Are you a member? Do you pay your tithes?
Right.
Just certain things like that.
Ooh, screening them.
As you should. Like,
Okay. Checking the fruit.
right. Because
Submission video.
because people may just show up just to
Ruin
be
somebody's
triggers.
life.
Yes. Mess up their whole day, their whole life. So, but I think, and not to be of the world, I don't want to get anybody offended, but I think it's okay to not have everything be in the four walls, because guess what? We as adults still go out to dinner and have fun. So I think it's okay to take it outside of the four walls of the church, so we don't feel like we have to be so confined,
Right.
with one another. Or if there is a connection, being like, am I really supposed to shoot my shot in the sanctuary? You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, like, do it like everybody else in the world does speed dating. Out at a restaurant, just chill. You don't have to feel like there's any pressure, but a little bit of pressure, because we're here for a
Right.
purpose. So that's how I have it visualized in my mind. Let me tell you where I got the idea from, though.
Okay.
So I started watching this show that my friend Veronica told me about, Love on the Spectrum.
Thank you for spending a few quiet moments with me today, and a special thank you goes out to Miss Shanette Brown for being a guest on today's podcast. Please come back next week for part 2. Also, Shanette has a YouTube channel. It's called Low Key, High Key Introvert. Please go over and subscribe so you don't miss anything coming from Miss Shanette. Also, she has a business. Let's support our own. Her website is shopculturepaperco.com. Now, Culture Paper Company is dedicated to creating wrapping paper and gifts that honor heritage and individuality. Whether you're wrapping something for a loved one or gifting yourself, they believe every present deserves packing as bold, bright, and unique as you are. If this episode spoke to you, make sure you follow me on social media, subscribe on YouTube, and of course you can find She's Too Quiet anywhere podcasts are found. Don't forget to do 2 things: that's love God and love people. This is for the soft-spoken and deeply felt. Until next time, deuces.